What is going on with pending home sales in Williamson County this week? Great question. I've been asked that several times, and we're here to discuss that and all things Williamson County real estate. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Franklin, Brentwood, Thompson Station, Nolensville, you'll want to tune in and listen to this information. I am John Turner. I am the team lead of the Turner Victory team at Onward Real Estate, and we bring you our Williamson County real estate report every week. We appreciate you tuning in, ask you to subscribe below, and if you have any specific questions, please let us know that. But let's get into, we've been doing this for a few weeks now as far as the way that we've started this out. We're giving you the 3 things you need to know about Williamson County real estate. Now, we will get into more charts and things of that nature throughout this video, but if you're one of those that just wants the highlights, here they are for you. Pending home sales have rebounded over the past 3 weeks in Williamson County. And what I mean by rebounded, it's really interesting. In January, our pending home sales were up 2%. In February, they were down 10%. And then they were down 5% in March. And these are numbers, year-over-year numbers. But the past 3 weeks, we have seen a rebound, so that's great. So pending home sales are up the past 3 weeks in Williamson County. New listings. This is a trend. We've talked about this all year. We'll get into the charts on this in a minute. But new listings are down. They continue to be down year over year. And it's something that I don't want to call it concerning, but it is something we've really been keeping our eye on and trying to figure out exactly which way the market's going to go. Williamson County has really just been, it's been kind of Jekyll and Hyde market this year. So pretty interesting. The number 3 thing you need to know about the Williamson County real estate market for this week is the month supply is up to 4.2 month supply. It was 3.6 month supply this time last year. So month supply, what that means is if sales continued at the pace they're at, and if no new homes came on the market, how long would it take for every home to sell? And that's assuming every home will sell, and we know every home won't, but how long would it take? And right now that's 4.2 month supply. It does indicate we are in a balanced market, but we are far from the days of being a seller's market. And I can tell you, if you're a seller in this market and you have not priced correctly, you have not presented correctly, you are not being promoted correctly, you're probably thinking that we're in a buyer's market because your home is probably just sitting there. So let's get into, let me switch over here to our chart so you can see those. The Turner Victory team market health score for Williamson County is a 54. That means it is still slightly favoring sellers, but not by much. But it is favoring sellers. Right now, there's currently 1,491 homes on the market. That is a 4.2 month supply of inventory. And let me change this just a little bit so we can see these charts just a little better. Went just a little small there. Because we do break this down by price points. Interestingly enough, the 500 to 600 and the 600 to 700 price points are the 2 most active markets in Williamson County right now. And in the 600,000s, man, it's just crazy that nearly 21% of the homes, or over 21% of the homes that were on the market, actually went under contract this week. So there were 55 homes on the market, 12 of them pended. So that is it's very rare to see anything. I mean, double digits is good movement in that price point. To see triple digit, or not triple digits, but something with a 2 in front of it is really moving. The other thing I would submit right down here, the 9.4% this month of what has gone under contract just countywide, that is a big number. That's a number we have not seen in a while. So that goes back to what we were talking about pending home sales being up for the past few weeks. We'll show you that here in a second. There were 136 new listings that came on the market. 37% of those are new construction. 140 homes went under contract this past week, with about 18% of those being new construction, and 83 homes closed, and 21% of those are new construction. So here's what we've got as far as our charts go. Let me blow this up just a little bit more to help us. Our active inventory continues to climb. It's really mimicking what we saw last year. So the orange is what we're paying attention to for this year, the orange line on all these charts. But it really has continued to climb. We are up to 1,491 homes on the market. That's about where we were middle of summer last year. So it will be interesting to see if this kind of curves and levels out a little bit, or if it continues to climb. But we certainly know our new listings are down, and we'll look at that here in a minute. This is our month supply. Again, 4.2 month supply compared to 3.62. Just 2 years ago, we were down at 3 month supply. But we have seen just very steady rise on that month supply. And one thing I look at is the gap between this year and last year. If you look back here at the beginning of February, we weren't that far off. But as we have gone throughout the year, that gap has grown a little bit. So that is interesting to look at. New listings. Look at this. Orange is below the blue and the gray. The blue's 2025, the gray's 2026. So we're definitely down, but especially if you look at this versus 2025. I mean, we have been way below, brought on 136 new listings this week. Last year it was 222. I mean, these are huge numbers right here. A couple of weeks ago, 258 versus 165. It will be interesting, and I've been saying this all along, to see if this gap remains. If it does, our month supply, I would think, would end up dropping, unless for some reason our pendings drop. But as you can see, and I'll change this up a little bit here in a second. It's easier to see. But you can see right here where the orange is kind of peeking out. Let's go ahead and pull off 2024 and 2023. Now, this is what I talked to about being a Jekyll and Hyde market. We can't decide whether we want to sell more houses or less houses than 2025. It's been up and down, and you look back on week 14, there was 160 homes sold versus 130 this year. But then you get this big, this time last year there were 95, and we had 140 this week. So is this the breakthrough? Is this the point where Williamson County decides that it wants to be a more active market, more sales this year than it was last year? I don't know. We've got 3 weeks of definitely higher numbers. It's not quite a trend yet, but it is getting there. So it does look like we may be breaking out a little bit. I do want to compare this to 2023. And look at these numbers. I mean, 2023 was not a bad year. And our pendings are actually up quite a bit over 2023. So that's very interesting as well. Let's go. Don't let me hurt your eyes as I scroll this much down here. I want to go to our relist by price range and percentages. Relist just means that a home was on the market and it got pulled off. Either it expired, it canceled, it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't sell. So the home came off the market, and then the sellers brought it back on the market. It could be they did that with a new agent. It could be they did it with a new price. It could be that they decided to do some sprucing up and bring it back on the market. But so much of our market, the relist, over 25% of the price points are relist homes. As a matter of fact, you look in the 700,000s, 1 out of every 3 homes have been pulled off the market and put back on the market. So that tells you that sellers are trying to figure out, how do I get this house sold? It is interesting, the 500 to 600, and also the 1.5 to 2 million price points are below 20%. So that's pretty interesting as well. Let's look at the MBA Purchase Index, the Mortgage Bankers Association Purchase Index. This is a number that they put on how many people have applied for a mortgage to purchase a home, not a refinance, but to purchase a home in the past week. And this week was 175.6. That's much higher than what we've seen the past few weeks. We did have some momentum right in here, which was not far off. But remember, we also have a little thing going on in the Middle East, so that's where we saw this dip. But it looks like buyers are going to be coming back into the market. This is a leading indicator, which means whenever we see this, and this was on April 17th, so now we're about, 8 or 10 days past that. So these buyers are probably starting to come into the market. That tells you a little bit about what's going to be happening. If we go back to the same point last year, we were at 153.4. I could put a 3-year track on this, and we were at 144.2 the year before. You have to go back to 2023 to see numbers that are close to that. So that's very interesting, but tells us that buyers are probably coming in the market. Also, we like looking at the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. What you get will be different, more than likely different than this, but this is just a good indicator of what's going on for mortgages all across the board. We talked about it several weeks ago that mortgage rates dropped down to 5.98%. They finally broke through that floor of the 6%. And then we had things happen in the Middle East, and oil prices went up, gas prices went up. So these inflation concerns caused mortgage rates to go up, and they went up to 6.46. Now for the past 3 weeks, they've come down, and when the week ended on Thursday, that's when this report comes out, it was 6.23. So that definitely is a drop. It is definitely lower than the 6.81 that we were at this time last year. Now, 6.23 versus 6.81 may not sound like that big of a deal, but what it is, whenever you look at the price, a mortgage, and you look at an $800,000 mortgage in Williamson County, the difference between the 6.23 and the 6.81 is about $250 a month in payment. So that is real money that Williamson County residents are saving over this time last year. It has helped make things more affordable. I do think that's one of the reasons why we've seen pendings go up. I'm still a little perplexed about February and March. Haven't got a great feel on that as far as why those were down so much, but I think that hopefully is an anomaly, and we will see things continue to be a little bit more normal or above normal than what they were last year anyway. A few other stats for those who really like stats, especially if you're looking to buy or sell in Williamson County right now. Sellers who price their home correctly from the start, they sell on average within 39 days, and they get 98.9% of their asking price. People who overprice their home, sellers who overprice, which means they had to reduce their price because the market said, hey, your price does not match your product. It takes 64 extra days, so 103 days total to sell the house, and you get 8.4% less than your original asking price. Not the last price you had, but your original asking price. And really, if you look at that on the average across Williamson County, that's over $100,000 price difference right there. So it certainly is actual money out of your pocket by overpricing. So don't think we could start high, come low. You need to price it correctly from the start. Over 1/3 of the homes in Williamson County are still selling in the first week, because what those sellers are doing is they're capturing those people that are already in the market. There are buyers out there right now looking for the right house, and if someone presents their house correctly, they price it correctly, it's promoted correctly by their agent, people are seeing it, they're coming out, they're looking at the house, they're saying, hey, I like this house, it makes sense, let's move forward with it. If you do not catch those buyers in the first week, then you're waiting for someone either who is looking for a deal or someone new to come into the market, because all the people that are currently in the market have already seen your house and decided they didn't want it for whatever reason. And because of that, Now, over 25% of the homes that are on the market have been on the market for over 90 days. Every home will not sell. We've got the data we can look at for your subdivision or your zip code or whatever you want to do, but on average, about half the homes that hit the market sell without being pulled off the market and going back on or just giving up altogether. So, and that's across the entire market. Your particular situation may be slightly different, but it's still your seller's odds are not in your favor. But I will say this: we're kind of in a normal market right now. We're kind of in a traditional market. So many of us still think 2020 to 2023, and for some reason, especially if you're a seller, that's in your mind because we all want to get as much as we can and get it on the market, and everybody bid us up, and that's not the market we're in. But this is what the market has been in Middle Tennessee for many, many years. As a matter of fact, we used to always talk about 6-month supply, and we still talk about it some, 6-month supply being a normal market, being a balanced market. I would submit to you that probably the terms have changed a little bit, and probably closer to a 4-month supply is what I would consider a balanced market right now. But yeah, we're in a balanced market, and sellers, you have to recognize that. Buyers, for you, that gives you opportunity. That gives you a chance to walk into a house and actually negotiate, get closing costs paid, maybe get a reduction in price, get different things that you were not able to get before. And with the mortgage rates being a little bit lower than what they were this time last year, you're already ahead of the game because you're paying a lower payment than what you would have paid this time last year as well. So that certainly will help you also. Let me see here. One other thing, almost 31% of all active listings in Williamson County right now have reduced their price. So they've started out priced too high and the market's told them this isn't going to work. You need to reduce it. I hope this information helps you. We enjoy bringing it to you. If you have questions about the Williamson County real estate market, if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, reach out to myself, John Turner. I am the team lead of the Turner Victory team at Onward Real Estate. I also have several agents on my team, and we're in a unique position that most of my team members have been with me for a decade or longer. Very experienced agents and love what they're doing and love helping our clients. And we'd love to help you too. We do appreciate you stopping in this week, checking us out. We bring you this Williamson County real estate report every week. So make sure you subscribe so you're going to be notified whenever it comes out. And until next week, we hope that you make this a great week. Thank you.